It is no secret that I love folding phones, including the Samsung Galaxy Fold series. However, I do have a love-hate relationship with the device. So let's go inside and find out. My main gripe with this device is this narrow outer display, because when you pull up the keyboard, you can see for yourself that it is too narrow, and as a result you are prone to making typing mistakes. Even on the 4 and 5, I played around with both devices, which I refused to purchase. All Samsung have done on those two devices is just trim the bezels by a couple of millimeters on the left hand side. Regardless, the keyboard typing experience is not very good. So just to put things into perspective, so here I have the Oppo Find N2, and if I pull up the keyboard, I mean, I don't think I need to say anything more, but I can tell you it is a joy to use this keyboard on the Oppo Find N2 than on the Galaxy Z Fold 3, which I have here. Now, because Samsung have remained stagnant in the design of their device, so what it's meant is that other competitors, so for example from the Chinese market, you've got Vivo, Oppo, Xiaomi, etc. They've all adopted and realized that one needs an outer display. And then if you bring things closer to home, you've got the Google Pixel Fold, which I have to say is a lovely device, very similar to this Oppo Find N2. I've been down to my local shopping mall and I've played around with the Google Pixel Fold. They didn't have it in the Verizon, they had it in the T-Mobile store, and I can tell you it was a joy. Just probably two reasons why I wouldn't go for that device. One, the price. Secondly, and most importantly for me, it doesn't have stylus support. That's really important for me for any foldable phone that I have. Again, that's not for everybody, and I absolutely respect, yes, but for me, yes, I must have stylus support. And only reason is because I edit all my videos. I don't do them on computers, I do them on devices, and I like to do them on the go. So if I'm at an airport, I've got a flight delay that's a couple of hours, I can sit there and I can be editing videos, and I just love the portability of these devices as well. So again, if I'm going to or from work, I can just, on the train journey, I can just pull out either of these two devices or any foldable that I have and just be cracking on with my editing. So yeah, so because Samsung have remained stagnant, so Google must have been laughing and seen that, yeah, there's gap in the market. And then just to rub salt into the wound, you now have the newly released OnePlus Open, and that looks like a beautiful device. I haven't seen it in person, but from what I've seen on YouTube, it does look like a joy to hold. So it's more than time for Samsung to change this outer display. My biggest draw to the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold is that it does support a stylus, and not just that it supports a stylus, but it's the capability of the stylus. So you have two. So this one is the Fold Edition, which is the basic one, and then in addition to this you also have another one, and that one performs the air gestures. Again, with this stylus, fantastic when I'm on the move. Again, as I mentioned, I love editing on the go, and on this large canvas, beautiful. And then come here, so you can see, you can use the stylus to create a note, screenshots, you can even write on that, send it to someone, save it, whatever. I mean, it's just it's incredible. Again, if I needed to translate, you can do that. Use it to write on a calendar, to magnify whatever's on the screen. In addition to all of that, I can use it to sign PDF documents. I can use it to start a video, take a photo, increase, decrease the volume, flick from one video to the next, or go back. I mean, it's just, it is unrivaled. So for that, I have to give Samsung a lot of credit. One thing I do like about this device is that it does support a stylus, which is really handy for me, especially as I mentioned earlier, I do all my editing on the go, so I can enjoy this large canvas. But something I've been preaching for a long time now is, why is it we do not have the stylus support working on the outer display, especially as it's really narrow? You know, we have it on the S22, S23, and soon the S24 series, you know, which used to be the Note. You can write on those devices. So I'm not an expert, but surely there must be the capability of laying down whatever is on here to be able to write on this outer display. It just seems a shame that you can do it on the Ultra series, but you cannot do it on this outer display, which is so narrow. And like I said, it actually needs it. Again, just to prove that I haven't lost my mind. I'm so glad, because with the newly released Oppo Find N3 and the sister company, the OnePlus Open, you have stylus support on both the internal and external displays. And I really think that Samsung should take note of that. And if they want to, be right at the top of the folder market, they need to have that feature on the upcoming Z Fold 6. I have to say, I really love the One UI, how smooth everything works, the software, the fact that this device is packed with features, many that most people will never use. And I also love the fact that there is good level of customization on the Fold series. Again, I want to applaud Samsung for that. So for example, you can have a different display on your internal display and a separate one on your outer display. In terms of optimization, you can have full screen apps, which is really useful. I also like how you can have not one, not two, but 3 apps open at once, and on top of that you can have a floating window, making it a multitasking beast. The other thing I do not like about this device are the cameras. Yes, they do take really nice photos and videos, that I will not deny. But as someone who uses Google Pixel phones, mainly for photography, so basically shooting videos and taking photos, the quality of those blows this thing right out of the water. And even the A series of the Google Pixel phones, I just find they take better photos and videos than this device. And also, this device, which costs anything from $1,800 upwards, it should have the best of the best. It should be the creme de la creme. It shouldn't be substandard in any shape or form. For example, if I was to buy a Ferrari, it should have everything: engine, tires, bodywork, the upholstery should be the finest of the finest. Now I don't want to buy a Ferrari and then I find out that they only put instead of putting really nice leather seats, they've given me Ford upholstery. Hell no. Hell no. I want the best of the best, and that's what Samsung need to do here. And again, for the love of repeating myself, others can do it, so there's no reason why Samsung should not be stepping up their game. One issue which Samsung used to have, which they have now addressed, is this gap in their devices. And I'm pleased to see that on the Z Fold 5, they have finally closed the gap, which made a lot of sense. And again, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to look at the competition and realize that it was definitely time for Samsung to address this issue. So I would definitely applaud Samsung for addressing this. Because of the design of this device, it does make it really awkward to carry around. So whenever I put this in my trouser, pants, shorts, or jacket pocket. First of all, it doesn't fit very neatly, and secondly, because of the weight of this device, it just feels like I'm carrying a brick. So I would love Samsung to change the design of this device, and when I say change, I mean probably make it, they can keep the same height, but definitely widen the outer display as mentioned earlier, and also definitely make it thinner. One area I would definitely like Samsung to look into, especially if they're watching this video, and that is to see if in upcoming iterations, if they can have the stylus embedded in the device, because it will make life a whole lot easier. Because someone like myself, I need my stylus to do all my editing. I do pretty much everything on this device. This is like my office, but it's so frustrating. Sometimes I may spend 10, 15, 20 minutes just looking for this stylus, but if it's embedded in the device, that will not be a problem. Now that might seem a far-fetched idea today, but hopefully when somebody does come out with the stylus within the device, this video will make sense. Again, I'm not asking for the impossible. Have it on this is my Note 20 Ultra, which is my daily driver, and I cannot understand for the life of me why we can have it on here but we cannot have it on the folding device. And again, I repeat myself, I used to make the comment that why is it we cannot use the stylus on the outer display, and which at the time I'm sure people probably stuck two fingers up at me, but isn't it strange that now with the Oppo Find N3 and the OnePlus Open, you can use the stylus on the outer display on their folding phones. That pretty much wraps it up for this episode. My name is Shola. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in another episode. Peace.